if you've looked out the window or have stepped outside at all, you will notice that it is a beautiful day.
If you haven't, you probably should.
Yes.
Jaundice is a serious issue.
It is a serious issue. I sometimes have it during the winter. I stay inside too long. Moving on.
Moving on, it is summer.
It is summer, and you were listening to our show. And if you want to do both, you can get the app on a phone, and it works across.
So you can listen to our show on Goohoo Radio from 6 to 9, obviously. I'm Noah Lipsick, and this is George Pereira.
I'm George Pereira.
He is George Pereira. And you're listening to our show, and you can do it inside or outside. And right now, we are talking about the weather and the plans that happen when they turn to nicer. When they, meaning the weather.
May they, meaning the weather.
Turn
to nicer weathers.
Turn to nicer
weathers.
Yeah.
We're stumbling. Let's get it together. Take a second. Okay.
So, we're all good now.
Uh-huh.
And we were talking about our summer plans when we realized that we have the most stereotypical plans for college students in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if you'd like to tell us about your summer plans, you can hit us on Twitter. The Twitter is...
@news_George. You can also tweet at us at Goohoo Radio, but I might not get that one.
So you're going to tweet at news, NEWS, GEORGE.
Correct, with an underscore in the middle.
With an underscore in the middle. That's important, guys.
That is really important. Otherwise, some other guy named News George with no underscore will be getting all these tweets and be like, what is Goohoo Radio?
And why do they have all these summer plans? So, for George, what are you doing this summer?
I plan on going across Europe.
Wow, that sounds like quite a plan.
It's what every college student does before they get a real life.
Well, once you get a real life, you won't have time.
That's true.
So it's better you do that now.
It's better I do that now.
And what would provoke that adventure?
The fact that I might not ever get a chance to do something like this. So,
do you have your itinerary set out yet?
The roadmap that we've got out.
Sure, yeah.
We're gonna start in Portugal, woot woot, hometown. We're gonna spend a few weeks there, just comfort zone. And when we get comfortable with the different colored monies that are the euros,
right,
and the rotundas, you know what the rotundas are, or the roundabouts?
Like the roundabouts?
That's what they're called here.
Right.
Sorry, I call them.
Or the rotaries, I believe they're also called in Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do they have those in Massachusetts?
I think the New England is one of the few places in the States where they have those.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
So once we get used to those, about 2 weeks we're gonna spend in our hometown. I'm going with a friend of mine.
Are you gonna eat the pigs? The gigantic pigs.
I probably won't be in my hometown long enough because I'm meeting up with him in the south, which is, for lack of better terms, far more civilized than the north.
I see.
We are a bit more traditional, I guess is the safe word to use in that regard. So after we leave Portugal, we're gonna go through Spain, then France, probably head into Italy, and then once we're in the Mediterranean, it's a bit of a cluster there. So we can go all sorts of directions. We can go to Greece. We can go to Turkey. We'll see. It's really exciting.
That sounds awesome. Well, I wish you safe travels, and I hope you have an excellent time. Now, me, on the other hand, I'm going on the other side of the stereotypical college summer.
Where are you going, Noah?
I don't know exactly yet, but I know that I'm growing my hair and going somewhere in northern Ontario to plant trees, which is the other side of that. Yeah, kind of. I'm planning on living up to it. But it sounds good. You get to be outside and camp and be dirty for 2 months and get all in good shape and make some real money.
You can eat like organic food, like stuff that's cool.
I don't know. It probably won't be organic food. It'll probably be whatever they feed me. But I hear the food is good, and you can eat enormous quantities of it because you've been planting hundreds of trees all day.
So you've earned it. Just
I
like the
would
lobster
think so.
Fisherman.
Just like, well, actually, no, that I'd be eating trees, which don't taste very good. Lobster fishermen can actually eat their work. I just look at it, and
that's a wonderful tree I put there. In
now
20
it's
years. You just eat your tree.
That's it.
Could they say no to that?
Could they say no to you eating your trees?
Yeah, you planted it, you earned it, right?
I believe they pay you per tree that you plant, and if you eat them,
you don't get paid for that tree.
Yeah, you don't get paid for any eaten trees.
I would contest them on that.
I'm not going to.
Anyways, we're going to have wonderful summers. You're going to have a wonderful time listening to us on the radio. We're going to get back to some music.
We will, but first, let me just remind you, you're listening to Goohoo Radio. You're listening to Noah and George. Drop us a tweet. Let us know how we're doing. And
tell us how your day's been.
Exactly. So coming up next is Peace of Mind by Boston. You're listening to Goohoo Radio.